All right, so we are moving on in the first unit. So we've talked about computer systems and how they process, and now we're moving on to computer hardware. So the lesson objectives for today are to identify computer classifications, identify types and functions of various computer hardware devices, and interpret the listed specifications of computer systems. So let's get started. We've talked before about what a computer system is, but just to reiterate, it is a collection of devices communicating with each other for data processing purposes. So those different devices that can connect with each other are like keyboards, mice, the monitor screen, memory, storage, data processing hardware, a printer. So all of those input and output devices, as well as the processing. Different classifications of a computer include a mainframe, and a mainframe is a large computer system comprised of several pieces of hardware, and it can fill a large room or even a warehouse. It's used mostly by large businesses or corporations that need to process large amounts of data. So in most big tech corporations, the whole basement will be filled with different pieces of hardware that is a part of the mainframe. So it's really housing all of the memory and all of the storage, and that's why they need such big spaces with those. Other classifications include a microcomputer. So this is a computer system that is built on a smaller scale for a single person to use. Most commonly, it is referred to as a PC, and PC stands for personal computer. And there are a couple different types of personal computers. One of the main ones is a desktop. So a desktop is a microcomputer or a personal computer that rests on a table or desk and is not meant to be portable, but to remain at that original place of installation. So all of the computers in this classroom, they're double monitored desktops. You're not going to pick these up and move them to different places or anything like that. Other computer classifications include a laptop, which is what I'm recording on right now. You might even just see me on my laptop in class. And it is a much smaller version of a desktop, and it incorporates a flat screen monitor, keyboard, mouse, usually it's a touchpad. For mine, it's a touchpad, data processor, and memory storage all in a compact case. And usually it's about the size of a notebook, hence the nickname that it is a notebook computer. Usually it is battery operated then, so that it can be portable, and it's intended to be able to move on the go and go with you to different locations. There is also a laptop dock, and this is a device. Oh gosh, I don't know what just happened. Okay, so this is a device built to reside on the desktop area, maintaining permanent connection to a printer and internet, and then you can just place your laptop on that dock rather than having to reconnect the wires to the printer. This so much is not big anymore because there are things as wireless printers, even like wireless mice, all of that good stuff. But some people still do use a laptop dock. For example, my dad's work, he still uses a laptop dock. So the printer is plugged into that dock, and then if you put your computer on top of, your laptop on top of it, then you can print through that. So now we are getting into the different computer components. So one of those components, the main one, is a monitor. The monitor is a device with a television-type screen that displays information relayed from a computer system. There are two different types of monitors, which really we only use one nowadays. But there is a CRT monitor, which is a cathode ray tube monitor. So that's the very old versions. You guys might not even remember these. I remember using them when I was very young. It's usually a desktop. It's bigger. It's got tubes in it. It's the older version that's got that deep dimension, and it takes up a lot of space on a desktop. So the ones that we use nowadays more are the LCD monitors, which LCD stands for liquid crystal display. So it has that flat screen appearance, and the most depth that it would take up is about 3 inches. So the computers that you're watching this on are LCD monitors. Other computer components are keyboards, which we discussed in the last unit. Excuse me. A keyboard then is a device with movable keys representing the alphabet, numbers, symbols, and frequently used commands to input data into a computer system. Remember that there are 5 main components of a keyboard. The most common type of keyboard is a QWERTY keyboard, and this is a keyboard that arranges the alphabet letters so that the letters QWERTY are arranged in the upper left of the keyboard, and this arrangement was initially designed to keep typewriter keys from jamming, and it's just kind of stuck since then. The keyboards that we use here are QWERTY keyboards. So if you notice, the row up above your left hand has QWERTY, so that's where they get the QWERTY keyboard from. And we've also discussed already about ergonomic keyboards, and those, again, are very similar to the QWERTY keyboards. The keys are just separated more by hands, so the keys for the left hand are separated from the keys from the right hand, which helps to prevent different cramps and wrist injuries and all of that. We've also touched on mice or computer mouses, mice, in the last lecture, but just to reiterate some points on this as well. So a computer mouse is a device that connects to a computer system that allows the user to point and click selected items from the monitor. And on that one, we discussed the different ways that you can do that. So like a right click, left click, double click, dragging, pointing, all of that good stuff. There are different types of mice. So there's the mechanical one, which can also be considered the ball type. So this is the older version that has that rubber ball inside that would need to be cleaned frequently, which you learned how to do with the preventative maintenance. The reason why we have mouse pads, which some people don't even use that anymore, which we don't use them in here anymore, was just so that that ball could roll on that pad. The new ones is the optical mouse. And those have a red beam of light that is directed out of the bottom of the mouse, and that light is reflected off of the desktop surface, which causes the mouse to communicate with the computer system. So that's like the trackpad mouse. So that one's just the one with the little laser beam, and there is no rubber ball inside of it. So again, optical is generally the one that we use now today, and that's probably what you are used to. That's the one that we have right now that you're probably using in this class. Other computer components, devices now are wireless. There are a lot more wireless devices out there today, and those are a device that runs on batteries, or they have a transmitter that communicates with the computer system using an antenna type receiver. So there are wireless keyboards and wireless mice. So they run on batteries. They do not have a wire connecting them, hence being wireless. They can communicate with a USB plug-in antenna. So I used to have a wireless mouse until that got broken, and it had a little plug that I had to plug in, and then I could use it wherever as long as that computer is on. Generally, you use batteries for this, but sometimes that can be a little bit troublesome. Other oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. Other computer components are printers. So a printer is a device that connects to a computer system that allows the user to create a hard copy of data displayed on the computer screen. And this is the first output device that we're really touching on. And then there are two main types of printers out there.